How's it going, everyone? We're gonna be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Looking at new mods, testing new stuff, looking at the close to finished version of LoreRim 2.0. How's everyone? Slay, DC, Leos, Pink, Shadow, Chris, Dove, Jay, Banaka, Lily, Lord. So, right now what I'm doing is, so, basically, is this... These little shrubs, for some reason, this insignificant little tiny tree, this, by the way, counts as a tree according to Skyrim. Even though it's a shrub. Meaning it tries to get lods, but then it can't, and then purple lods happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to yeet it from existence. Sapling. That ain't no sapling. It's even called Alnus Forest Shrub. So anyway, all it does is take up space and looks kind of goofy. Greatest tree. The Gildergreen, yes! But it's pretty easy to yeet it. Basically, I'm gonna find it. All of these shrubs, so yeah, I need to find the tree record. Betula shrub. Yeah, all of these... I'm just not a big fan of the little sapling type things. But yeah, they're pretty easy to delete. I need a specific shrub deleter for Nature of the Wildlands. Betula shrub. Okay, this one is called... Is it called Alnus? Alnus Forest Shrub 02. Okay. Alnus Forest Shrub 02. There it is. For some reason it just doesn't have a log model. So... I'm gonna call this Nature of the Wildlands. Shrub remover. I'm gonna remove the model. I don't know about these other ones. I'll keep them, but if I run into any that are just kind of stupid, I mean, I could get rid of all the shrubs. I wonder how much. Space that would give back, huh? Like, I wonder if I got rid of... What's up, Nico? What if I, like, removed all the shrubs and just the performance went... Brrr. That'd be kind of cool. Because, I mean... These shrubs are... They don't really add much of substance. So let me see what it looks like when I do this. Just gonna do anything that's a shrub. At least like the forest ones. Hula shrub. These are aspen shrubs. Yeah, these kind of suck too, but... Debating over shrubs, exactly. Alright, well, we'll check it out, regardless. And then I'll just kind of run around and check out some armor mods and kill some things. And oh, by the way, LoreRim, for anyone who's been on the fence about LoreRim because of Requiem, I got some great news for y'all. I didn't ping everybody because I feel bad for you guys. But because I've been pinging a lot lately. I need to stop. I'm adding difficulty sliders essentially in LoreRim. So for those of you that don't know, regular Requiem doesn't have difficulty sliders. Whether you're playing on novice or whether you're playing on whatever other difficulty, right? It's going to be the same actual effective difficulty. But with this, Adept does nothing. And I balance LoreRim for Adept. And like... But like, there's some people have still suggested that it's too hard. And there's been some people that have said it's too easy end game. This provides a really cool system because the damage like dealt and received, it isn't like that much, right? Here, let me go to the mod page so you guys can see. It isn't as bad as like, it's more close to vanilla Adept, right? So on novice difficulty in this, you take 75% damage. So you're not just like a complete tank, right? But you deal 140% more. So it's like it's very like, it's not that big of a change, but the other changes are more important. And also on Legendary, you take 180% more damage and you deal only 60%. So that's pretty cool. Because it's not like too insane. The more important thing though is like health, stamina, magicka, regen rates are either...
New donation from Cam Sandwich.
Yo, Cam Sandwich, thank you so much for the coffee. But like on like easier difficulties, you'll regen more stamina and magicka and whatnot. And like spells won't cost as much, and it's the opposite on like harder difficulties. So it's pretty cool. It gives like a different system, you know? Starting tips, seeing everyone say to avoid combat. I don't think that's true. I don't think you need to avoid combat at all. I am going to play as an Imperial Daedric Worshipper. Reset. Alright, we look like a Daedric Worshipper. This guy looks like he might worship a Daedric or two. Random names. You kept hearing that you get your ass kicked early on. I mean, it depends on what you do, but... Well, here's the thing. If you want a easy starter build, and I can do it on this stream. Do two-handed and heavy armor. Start with two-handed and heavy armor. And then eventually you'll also want to get evasion, so you can get at least evasion 25 to get the better dodge. But two-handed heavy armor is a good starting build. And then in 2.0, Wayfarer is also really nice because you get insane bonuses when traveling alone. In fact, this might be a little bit overtuned, but I can always revisit this. 200 armor rating for when traveling alone. But that's good for mages.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin.
Yeah, you definitely want a ranged option too. Let me just start off by I'll just be a mercenary traveling to Skyrim from Cyrodiil. About that.
A life filled with opportunity awaits you, traveler.
The mace is dope. Mace is good. Hey.
Someone else wanting to get into Cyrodiil? You'd best
choose starting gear. I'm gonna reject it.
Quickly.
Actually,
be warned.
I actually want the starting gear. Oh, give us a quarterstaff. Nice. Potion of Dispel. That's some pretty slick starting gear. Alright, so I'm gonna play on the new novice difficulty. And you guys can see... let's see, Talos, Sakatosh... I'll do RK. So you guys can see, I'm in heavy armor without the Lady Stone. Just the first perk in heavy armor, and my Requiem Light will also be modified by novice difficulty. You can use both Requiem Light and the difficulty sliders, yeah. But you can, honestly, I don't think you even need Requiem Light. If you see, I'm in heavy armor. I'm not sprinting, but I'm barely losing stamina without the Lady Stone. My stamina goes down by 1 every like 30 seconds. That is very different compared to regular. What the hell was that quest? Oh, I guess that's my. Guess I got the first quest done. Nice. Did nothing for it. I'm down. Let me get evasion up. Heavy armor. Guess I'll do marksman for ranged option. Block. Sneak so we can sky climb. Raise health. Yeah, that was a crazy amount of starting XP. Grab that. But even when I sprint... Here, let me stand. Like, our stamina is regenerating pretty fast. Now, if you do heavy armor, you start with the choose bird sign thing. And keep in mind, when you choose a bird sign, you're locked to a group. Serpent is in its own group. But if you choose, like, Warrior Stone, then you can only later switch to Lady, Lord, or Steed. Mage, you can only do Mage, like these 4. Thief, you can only do these 4. But the Lady Stone is like if you're brand new to Requiem, the Lady Stone is like good all around. You can grab that. Was that massive perk tree? Oh, this is the custom classes tree. So starting at level 2 every 5 levels, you get a perk point for this. And then you can invest the points into whatever you want. So this is like, it gives you another way to get strong. Yeah, and then eventually you have a class. And the classes are really cool. Like the end bonuses for the classes, nearby allies deal more damage and have better resistance, that's Bard. Shaman deals more damage against impaired enemies. Templar, every 90 seconds falling below 25% health, you're immune to any damage. Spells are 25% stronger, last longer. You can summon it or reanimate one additional minion. Like they're pretty cool. And they all have like a general theme to them. Hence it's a class system. So you get seven perks. And you can do like multiple different paths, you know, you can go this way, go that way. You know, it's a really sick system. End up doing stance-based perks or bonuses. No, I wouldn't do stance-based perks, but there are stance-based bonuses. So the default stance has no benefit nor detriment, but these other 3 stances do. And they're kind of described here. So high stance focuses on raw power attacks, but the reckless nature will leave you more vulnerable to enemy counterattacks. Meaning that high stance, you deal more power attack damage, but you take more damage from enemies. The mid stance focuses on exploiting enemies' armor. However, your attacks will not be as vicious. So what this one does is you do more armor penetration, but you do less overall damage. So this one is really good for fighting against armored enemies. Then the low stance focuses on staggering enemies, but you'll be more exhausted in the process. What this one does is it makes it so you do more poise damage, but you end up having harsher regen rates for your health, stamina, magicka. Hoping magicka can get something similar to stances in the future. I could probably do it. How do you change stances? F1 through F4. I'm not fully in love with the idea of stances being tied behind perks. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's weird because for the same reason it's cool, I also don't like it, if that makes sense. So the cool thing about, like, you know, getting rid of perk trees being tied to, like, you know, Longblade or Warhammer and stuff, and instead turning this completely stance-based, is, you know, you can use any sort of weapon, right? You instead of getting perks for a weapon type, you get perks for a stance. But it also at the same time kind of like gets rid of the uniqueness of weapons. Because I do think that, like, Warhammers should do more armor penetration. They're big ass blunt weapons. That's what you would use against armored enemies. Whereas, like, you know, it makes more sense for axes to have bleed damage, you know? So I didn't want to do it perk locked. I can see the appeal of it, but I'm not personally a big fan. Is the max perk point for Destiny 20? No, it stops at, you only get 7 perk points. Could you do both? It would be very convoluted. Technically you could, but just had an 8-hour modding session. Now I'm watching others have their modding session. Hell yeah. But being separate, that would mean that you would have to... I mean, I think what Nolvis is doing, I don't know, but I think what Nolvis is doing is basically making it separate. And Nolvis, my prediction is Nolvis is going to have like a custom perk tree, kind of like this perk tree right here, right? That's what I've seen. And I'm going to assume that as you level up, you get perks for this tree separate from your regular perks. And you use those on getting various bonuses for your stances. I think that's what Nolvis is doing. And that way, you retain your weapons being unique and get stance-based bonuses. I think that's just my prediction. I don't know. I can't speak for Vector. But that, from what I saw in the showcase, that's kind of how I think it's going to work. So if you want the best of both worlds sort of thing, then that might end up being like a cool option. Yeah, Novus has a lot to do. Of how collaborative the community is. I know, I wish more mod list authors just kind of got along. Are you keeping LoreRim 1 savable and installable in the future? No, that's not realistic because, like... Oh, I should not be at the Bloodlust Throne. Because at some point, something will probably break the install. And I don't want to maintain a list that's... I think if you want to keep LoreRim 1, you should just back it up on a hard drive. But I don't see there being much of a reason to play LoreRim 1 after LoreRim 2 comes out. If I'm being honest. Quarterstaff idol. Yeah, it's cool. Quarterstaffs also, they have their own animations. So normally quarterstaffs only use the Warhammer animation. I'm surprised more people don't go quarterstaff builds. In my opinion, they have some of the coolest animations I've added. There's a troll there. Let me make sure I eat apples. Alright, now, the other thing you're not going to want to do in Requiem is fight trolls at level 2. Unless they get stepsistered, then I guess it's alright. Oh, it might not be alright. Yeah, he's having issues. But I get loot. Oh, yo, 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 this is meant to be. This is meant to be fire damage. Cancels troll regen. So it's actually, yeah, it's meant to be. Literally. That is such good RNG. That is such good RNG. Yo, the meat got roasted? I have a mod that does that in here? I don't even know what mods I installed. You can cook the meat? Bro, LoreRim is actually the best list. What the fuck? LoreRim is the best list? There's features that I didn't even know I freaking had. Oh yeah, can I cook the already dead cat? I don't think I can. We'll give it a second. Yo, what the hell? That is actually so cool. That must be from the burned... That must be from the FEC mod, Frost Electrocuted Combustion or whatever. That's gotta be what that's from, right? I bet you it's from FEC. I didn't even... Vicky doesn't know it's on the list. I just put cool mods in here. I never get a chance to play it. The second I try to play it... Need to add this. Need to add that. That's actually really cool. And I get back to the grind, adding stuff for you guys. I'm done install other lists. Yeah, I'm getting excited about my own list. No, I'm actually... You guys have no idea how happy I am that, like, 2.0 is, like, about done. Like... And you have no idea how happy I am that, like, mods aren't really coming out that fast. So I get to just chill and relax and play my own list. Host them. I think I can make a cool, sexy list. When are you adding SKSE? True. SKSE sounds like a cool mod. I should add it sometime. Todd should. I don't think Todd wants to play 2.0. He's scared of its greatness. Also, hopefully you guys appreciate the grass changes. I think that this grass, like with the dead leaves and stuff like that, it just looks a lot nicer combined with Nature of the Wildlands than those gigantic ferns that were like half the size of Nature of the Wildlands trees. That's just my opinion. Also, another thing, I gotta say, I feel like vanilla armor is underrated. Like, the vanilla armor just retextured with some nice cube maps. I think like people forget how good you can make it look with mods. Like, this looks like, I mean, it technically is a modded armor, but like, it looks as good as modded armors. Oh yeah, let me do... Let me see. Help. Dremora. Help. I forgot the name of that armor. Help. Routed. Help. Ancient. Am I like... Help. Iron? I feel like that mod I added actually just ruined my filters. Up. Okay, I need to back out because that mod, unless I'm like missing something completely, I added improved help command and it just like ruined my console commands. Quickly find items in console by filtering to which type you need. I think it must be conflicting with like better console commands or something. So I'm gonna have to remove this mod. Rip. How many years of modding experience? I mean, honestly, for Skyrim specifically, I learned most of what I know from just making LoreRim. Is 9 set in stone? Yep, set in stone date. Unless, like, I mean, at the end of it, like, God's in charge of that. But assuming that he's chill with it, yeah, the 9th is a set in stone date. May or may not have let Uthgard tragically pass away for it. Yeah, the plate armor is cool. Props on you. I'd spend 2 hours figuring out how to add a single mod. We should have a poll for fun. Polling for fun, hell yeah. Alright, but I want to show you guys the some of the cool armor. Like the I did add like the Daedric man, whatever it's called. I mean, like, so Grass Cache is done. Northern Roads is mostly patched. Like, the only thing that I really need to do is the coffee stuff. So the top coffee supporters, they're getting their own unique weapons named after them. And yeah, they're gonna be pretty cool. They'll be like weapons specific that you have to like find in the world. And they have a unique look to them. They're just named after the coffee folks, so pretty cool. At some point, I want to do like more for the coffee folks, but like I don't really promise. Wait, it's pronounced coffee. Yeah. Have you never noticed the coffee logo? Everyone calls it Ko-Fi, but go look at the logo. It's literally a coffee cup. Yeah, okay, now my controls work. What is that armor frickin' called? Dremora Mark. Oh, it's called Mark. Help, Mark. Help. Okay, give me some boots. Curious. Gonna have to go in testing purposes mode. But here's the Dremora Markinaz, however you pronounce it, armor. No PayPal support for coffee. Does it not? Not sure. It's pretty sweet armor. Do you have a Patreon? Looking at stuff. My dash is up. Oh well. Isn't coffee margins better? Yeah, coffee margins are better, I think. My dash is up. You guys can see how bad YouTube pays. I mean, hey, something's better than nothing, but yeah, YouTube can be kind of rough. Let's see. What was the other armor from 4th? What's the name of that cult? Oh yeah, the 4th Daedric armor. Help. Help. Daedric. 4. It's not finding. Is it just called Daedric? Oh, there's the Mythic Dawn one, yeah. Help Mythic Dawn. Okay, here we go. Curious. Gauntlets. Helmet. Boots. Yo, Jason, thank you so much. LoreRim is the greatest. Your time and dedication is amazing. Can't wait for 2.0. Patiently waiting. Hey, thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate that. I never got the boot. Oh, I got the light boots. So here's the Mythic Dawn armor. This one is really well designed. It's very similar to what they wore in Oblivion, just very high detail. Mentioned something about a backup earlier. I wanted to ask, how do you manage mod files? You don't need to technically keep the archives. You can put the archives wherever. But if you want to back up a mod list, take everything except for the downloads and just put it on whatever drive you can put it on. This one is sick. But now I can get the shrouded armor. Skyrim. Shrouded. So I added the 4th unknown version of the ancient shrouded armor. So instead of making it replace the regular Dark Brotherhood armor, it replaces the ancient shrouded armor. The Mythic Dawn thing. So I think the SMP thing, the HDT SMP thing, if I'm not mistaken, it has... I mean, I can double check, but I think it has some issue with it. With the... like... it overrides the regular... file. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not like an add-on. I think it just straight up overrides the plugin itself. Hey, how's it going, Kay? How's it going, Satita? You lost your beard. Yeah, well, it's because the thing has the beard mask fix. So yeah. In order to prevent the beard from clipping, it gets rid of it when you wear the thing. So that would be the reason. Yeah. Fortunately, there's no... I mean, you could always just not wear the hat. Or... you could wear the hat, but then... oh god. I wish I gave the beard back when you did the helmet talk. Okay, whatever. Either way. Cover your shame. Cover your baby face. Eternal flames cannot be fixed. I mean, technically it can by a skilled modder who knows how to do like mesh edits and stuff. New shaving feature, hell yeah. What else armor mods we got? What's this?
I cannot best you.
This one's pretty I don't know if these look the same or not. You got the scaled armor. And by the way, all of these armors are 100% patched for Requiem, meaning they will have the same exact stats, crafting requirements, tempering requirements, and everything as the Requiem equivalents. Which also means they won't clog your inventory as much. Then you have the scale to heavy. I like this one. This is basically, it looks like the what the Whiterun guards were, just you know, without the decorative cloth and stuff. So what else we got? There's a lot of other ones, but I don't know. They don't all show up in the add item menu thing. Oh, there is the Dragon Priest armor. We can check that out. I won't look at every single one of them, but like each Dragon Priest has unique armor that you can loot from the Dragon Priest. Well, the unique Dragon Priest do, not generic ones. But yeah, like this is Mirax armor, for example. Narix. Let me see. Armor, boots, gloves. This is Conarix. Optional voice. I'm thinking about it still. Yeah, they have different variants. Clothes and heavy. So it's pretty cool. I appreciate you, Russ. You guys already know Armors of the Velothi. But yeah, mages do also have like different robes and stuff. There's also like a bunch of clothes and robes from common clothes and armors. Where's the booba? True. No booba, unplayable. Get out of here.
A guest? Oh my.
Oh, mine. Textures in general should look a lot better as well. Should being the word. The red guard armor. Oh, I might add that. Optional never nude. No, never nude's not optional. LoreRim? I have no idea. The Dragon Priest armors have passive abilities like Daedric, Ebony, Dragon. I don't think so. I mean, you can enchant them. I don't know what they have on the priests themselves. No, they're not from a Conarix accoutrements. It's from that newer mod. The reason this is the newer mod is because it actually blends perfectly with Zavbio's retextures, as in they're like a requirement for it. Like,
New donation from Saturn EA.
Hey, Sadney, I appreciate you. I thank you guys so much. So you see that? It blends in perfectly. Look at that. I mean, the drip is immense. Magic menu passive effects. Oh yeah, look at that. No, that's from Konaric. Yeah, I don't think the armor itself gives like... Oh yeah, wait. Dragon plate armor. Part of a dragon's soul lingers in their bones, thus the voice can be used 27% more often, and hostile shouts deal 27% less damage to you. For peace. So, I guess it does. I guess it has dragon plate bonuses. Wait, I want to see something. Oh, okay. So look at this, guys. This is why I was so meticulous about patching the fuck out of everything. This Daedric Marquez armor also has the Requiem Daedric armor bonuses. Daedric armor is infused, thus magic deals 36% less damage to you, 9% per piece. So, bam. Can you get 0 shot cooldown? No, I think they're multiplicative, so I don't think like you can get no shout cooldown ever. So, yeah. I made sure. I literally went through every... I sold my soul. I sold my soul to Skyrim. Through every single piece of armor, every single constructible object, every single weapon. Actually, not every single weapon, but most of them. Even basically making is this list, but with LoreRim. If you're talking the content mods. What if I told you LoreRim is LoreRim? Kind of. Performance should be a lot better compared to the first version. How do we obtain these armors? Crafting or loot only? In general, I'm not a fan of any armor that is craft only. So almost every armor, with the exception of one Daedric set and anything that's dragon bone, like dragon bone variants, will be able to be found within the world, either on enemies or in specific locations. Hey, I appreciate you for appreciating me, Lily. And Lily and others too. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like, really means a lot. What, ENB? This is my cabbage cut. I've been tweaking it a lot. This is my take on cabbage. It's not like immensely different from base cabbage, but I made changes. What the hell over here? Oh, asshole. Oh, also, if you haven't noticed, this is Northern Roads, but the grass isn't completely overflowing everywhere. Oh yeah, the waterfalls. I really like the waterfalls. So Golgari RPG loot mod? No. I think it's in... I think it was in Path of the Dovahkiin, maybe? No, I haven't used it in my own list. But yeah, Northern Roads is patched so that there's not grass where it shouldn't be. I'm sure there's gonna be like some seams and stuff in some places, but in general, it'd be a lot better. The rippling at the base, yeah. And the just the flowing water foam too. Super nice. But just every little detail should hopefully look even better than before.
Donation from Lord Lane.
Hey Lord, thank you so much for the coffee. Bonk. Man, look at those rocks. Shout out to Tomato, because I really like these rocks. "16 times the detail," that's right. Like a lot, it should look familiar to 1.7, but just like in general more enhanced, you know? Same but better. Yeah, there's Game of Thrones dragons. Or HOTD dragons. End up keeping the Whiterun reinforced. No, I went back to fortified Whiterun. I think I still prefer fortified. So, has anyone ever used just regular JKs like way back when? Remember how like these roots used to just be ugly sticking out? Look at like with parallax, they just kind of blend into the ground. They look like they were actually buried. It's such a cool little thing, you know? I mean, I don't know why that looks so cool to me. Compared to how it normally is. Like, I don't know. Little things like that. Parallaxes. Parallax, it essentially uses like lighting. It has a weird, it's almost like a similar concept to how 3D glasses work. Is you're basically like shooting light from two different angles to map something to make it look 3D. Oh, this is a really underrated mod too. This mod in here, base object, swaps empty barrels to, instead of making them just regular barrels but empty, it makes them broken. I don't know if this is one of the ones that yeah, it is. Immersive barrels base object swapper. It's a cool little mod. Me looking at brick wall in real life, impressive parallax. Exactly. Oh, there's frogs. Yo, that's adorable. The way he just like looked up at me, that's freaking adorable. Riverwood gets a new bridge. Yeah, Mihal's passive little creatures are cool. I think you can technically farm them for XP. I think wait, I need to change this though. This setting, yeah, the base XP is 50. Be a little bit higher. So I was leveling up like instantly. I can level up again. Or in a second I can. Oh, he ran off. Oh, and the shout out to Patman, who's working on a Dragonborn Bestiary patch, specifically for LoreRim, because Requiem creatures have specific resistances. So when you kill stuff, it'll tell you exactly what they're resistant to and weak to. So like the trolls, it'll tell you exactly that they're resistant to cold, slashing damage, and blunt damage. They're weak to fire damage, right? Like mud crabs and stuff. Like it'll tell you quite a bit. Oh, I have no idea what just happened. Apparently, sometimes it can crash. I don't have the keep in mind those I don't have the latest version of the patch installed yet. That's the first time, I promise, that's the first time I've ever crashed looking at the bestiary. Let me make sure it was from the bestiary. Approved camera. Yeah, Dragonborn Bestiary. It's a work in progress mod. It's also optional. You can just turn it off safely. I think maybe it's just from having too many menus open at once. Read the assembly. I mean, probable stack call. The very first thing that shows up is Dragonborn Bestiary. When it comes to reading crash logs, like, I mean, sometimes it'll be obvious, and like especially in this situation, right? It told me exactly like what it was. Plus, it happened when I was looking at a specific thing. Sometimes it's not as obvious. Reading crash logs. Ooh. I'm still not that great at it, but yeah. It's mostly just like, you got to think about this when it happens too. And if it's repeatable, if it's not repeatable. You know, like, it's not always like a sure thing. I wish it was. But the most annoying crash logs, like if you can repeat a crash, even if it's like you repeat the actions that you did and you can get the crash to happen again, that's way easier to pinpoint than if like you crash. The worst crashes is when you get them every like hour, but it doesn't feel like it's happening at the same time. Those are the worst ones. Use loot manually sort everything. Dragon Age Origins any good? I'm not sure. I've never played Dragon Age. I've heard it's good. You've never had a repeatable crash ever? Oh, I have. Yeah, it's turn-based. That's the main reason I haven't played it. Is there a way to get character sheet mod to not appear in the inventory? Maybe? Character. I don't know if the character sheet mod just comes like that. Let's go see plugins. But oh yeah, inventory enabled. You can just set that to false. If you set inventory enabled to false in the Skyrim character sheet input JSON, it should disable it. I can add that as a optional thing. I'll keep this up so I remember.
This is none of your concern, citizen.
Oh, my bad. I check out their armors too. Ripped out. It's hard to see the item model. Yeah, I can get that. It'd be cool if... I mean, what you can do is if you scroll wheel, it'll get rid of it when you're actually just looking at the item. But yeah, I get it.
A fight. This should be good.
Oh, what? Oh, it's the mud crabs. Trying to start a mod list for a foundation. What would you recommend? The first thing you should do when starting a mod... I've really wanted to do this stream one day, is starting a list from complete scratch. But the first thing you would want to do, if you're starting a mod list from nothing, is in Mod Organizer 2, get Root Builder, make your stock game folder, and then add your tools. Get all your tools and everything set up before you start adding any mods. Because a simple Skyrim overhaul I made completely from scratch. Like, I didn't use anything as a base, I just made it 100% from scratch. And to be honest, it's the first time in a very long time that I did it. But it was like more straightforward than I thought it would be. Book grenadier list. We'll see what the future holds. But you can see the northern roads here as well, starting to blend in with the Whiterun roads. Time to look at the pretty Whiterun street. Exactly.
I'm gonna crush you like a bug.
Yo, what the? What the? Yo, he buried him. I'm gonna crush you like a bug, and he's literally underground like a bug.
I'm gonna kill you.
Mind if I join you on your hunt? I've been practicing.
You look strong. Come to your Vasker and be a companion.
What the heck?
It takes more.
Uh.
I know. Been studying your techniques, and I can't wait to put them into practice.
You good?
Plus, spending time together would be nice. All right, I'll give you a
He's
chance.
just lounging.
Remember, hunting is about
Oh
survival,
god.
respect for nature.
He's just blinking on the. Alright. I can see he's a busy man.
You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
You're not concerned at all about Farkas?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve... Not for me to... The old man... If you go to him, good luck.
That's so funny. Why does that happen? Probably the giant physics knocked him under the ground. When he got knocked down too, and then like, he just like freaked out. I'm sure he resets after a while. How did I change the camera? To be honest, I don't know. I think it's just something from the improved camera thing. I think I might have accidentally hit the scroll wheel. What mod do you use to stop grass growing from on roads? No grass and objects. AKA grass cache.
By Izmir, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all. Just north, by the Loria's farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. Like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey, Uthgard.
Uthgard? So, I don't know, guys. I just really like Fortified Whiterun. It feels like just enough. It feels like the vanilla walls always looked like this, but they really didn't. You go back to vanilla and they're really bad. It just makes the walls, I don't know, fixed. I'll take Uthgard as a babe. I don't think it's a hot take. Oh, I need to rename Nazir's stuff because it's so weird that these guys just sell it. So I need to make it like have a generic name or something. Like Assassin Redguard something. Oh, and you can see too with the racial body morphs, right? Like, you know, Imperials and Redguards are about average. But then like Altmer are tall and skinny.
Blood on the wind.
Nords are tall and a little thicker. What are the level ranges for early, mid, late game? I have it in my FAQ, but honestly, early game, you can take on bandits. Just don't try to fight like a million bandits at once. That's, I think, the key. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. But I'm really glad at how these roads ended up turning out. Looks too good. Bedad Bedor armor collection. I could, but there's already so many armor mods in here. And I prefer armor mods that look like they fit in with the rest of the world.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
Bedor stuff looks like it comes out of Black Desert Online or something.
Why don't you spell this?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Ring would never be
FPS. When I'm not streaming, I can promise you it's at constant 60 FPS. Because I was testing it earlier. Streaming kills my FPS. Plus I play at 4K. Cirque Series, no.
Yes?
Don't listen to him. He said yes, but the answer is no. And like, just there's very subtle little things. Like, every character, or most characters, are gonna have modded outfits of some kind. Or there'll be vanilla outfits that look way better.
That heist was crazy.
See, Carlotta's wearing some Imperial looking armor, or non-armor clothes.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
See, there's a good variance of clothes and stuff. Robes, things like that. Oblivion
Well
mod
met,
list. That'd be
traveler.
sick.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold down.
Oh, I added some new mods just recently to some of the different NPC houses. Just little touches. But like, I think Uthgard was one of them, so we can check that out. I know Amren's house too, so we can take a look at those. Oh, and Isolda's house. I think Isolda lives back here. I think one of these is Isolda's. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's unlocked. Nice. For the difficulty sliders, you're definitely going to give it a try. Yeah, difficulty sliders should improve it quite a bit. Hey, see that? Look at that. Isolda finally has a non-empty house. Got a dwarven. This is cool. It's like themed after like what a merchant would have. I'm a big fan of interior overhauls that don't look completely like out of place, you know? Like it looks like a bunch of like merchant stuff.
They say there's nothing a Nord woman can't do.
Favorite player home? I really like the Markarth vanilla player home with TNF house remodel. You've never been inside Isolda's house? You haven't done enough companions quests. Companions quests are always sending you to like NPC houses to kill some bears and stuff.
It's unfortunate that we live in such violent times, but
Alright, Uthgar is maybe this? Oh, it's Time Square. Maybe Uthgar lives in one of these.
I know your family honor is important to you. But we
Rayman.
can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find
Battleborn, give me your money. I don't have any money. You better give me 5 seconds right now.
You know what is weird to me? Right? This is like the Battleborn's house. The Battleborn and Greymane children are arguing inside of Amren's house. Amren is arguing outside the Battleborn's house. Why aren't you guys arguing by your own house? That'd be so awkward. Oh god. Random kid pops out. But Amren's house too recently got a mod on Nexus, and it makes it more like Redguard themed. It's a nice little cozy interior. Nothing too insane, but does add a few touches here and there.
Excuse me, but I'm trying to read. What?
You have a lovely home. I've never seen that dialogue.
Excuse me, but... Damn it! I lost my page. Back to my book.
Yeah, cool little add-ons. 2.0 of capes that provide warmth. They already exist in 1.7, but yeah. And they're SMP. Random couple in your yard yelling at each other, right?
hey, watch it.
That's essentially what it is. Or we can take a look at some of the craftable stuff. So, one thing that I was super happy with is I've decluttered. Oh, this is probably because I have this in the inventory, right? I've decluttered all of this stuff. So until you actually get some perks in, you're only going to be able to make super basic stuff. So it should be way more, I don't know, it should just make more sense. Because I'm not a big fan of like overwhelming people with a bunch of crap on their screen. I've honestly too considered I don't know how you guys feel about it. I've considered removing the skill book requirement completely for smithing, because I honestly think this just confuses people more than anything. And like no other perk tree really requires it. Untarnished patch? I don't know. Someone told me that I don't need an untarnished patch. Feel like I haven't looked for them. I mean, I don't know if it makes sense, really, to have the books be required. Is there a way to add them to the blacksmith? Well, the blacksmiths carry the starting one. I could make the blacksmiths carry all of them, technically. Or at least, like, the, maybe I should make the blacksmiths carry, like, the regular one, the advanced light armor, dwarven. Maybe make them carry it up until, like, everything except for, like, draconic. Like, not draconic and Daedric, but everything else. But anyway, now you can see the things in here. Now you can see the items. So it wasn't cluttered before, but now it is. And the cool thing, too, is like... I mean, look, this is... Some of the Beyond Skyrim stuff isn't 100%. Like this... I need to take another look. Eventually, I can't be bothered, guys, to be on Skyrim stuff. The Requiem patch for it is kind of all over the place. But besides that, you take a look, for example, at all of these helmets here. All of these helmets have the exact same stats and the exact same smithing requirements. You add back the unpause menu? No. This menu, I think, in vanilla is unpaused. So yeah, stuff like this is just, I don't know, it's pretty important for balance. Because otherwise you're just gonna look at Cyrodiilic leather helmet. Oh, I can just make that for way cheaper. Let's screenshot that. But yeah, like the barbarian helmet, all this stuff is damn out. And you can see just how many different frickin' things there are. This is just the very beginner stuff. Look at this Sox teal leather. Traveling priest leather, hinterland ranger. And nothing should feel like you shouldn't feel like you're missing out by getting one different type of iron clothing compared to others, you know. Most stuff should be consistent. Some stuff, again, the Cyrodiilic, the Beyond Skyrim stuff, for whatever reason, might be a little bit off, but everything else should be chilling. But yeah, you see all these cloaks you can make. And I think every single cloak has SMP physics, if I'm not mistaken. How do you avoid the ESP limit? No, I don't merge plugins. Yeah, ESLs. I only merged a few mods back when I didn't know how to bypass the Requiem for the indifferent limit. But now that I know how to do that very sneaky, I don't worry about merging anything ever. So, yeah. Hey. pigeons are now in the bestiary. Okay, I guess tabbing just causes it to crash. I need to figure out what's going on. I think it was from when I last updated this. It's just been giving me issues. I might honestly have to downgrade versions. I feel like this 1.4 version, I think that's what I got. Yeah. I hadn't had this happen before. Let me get the... 0.3. Every time I press tab, it just crashes. You merged paper map plugins for Rule 11 experience. Honestly, for stuff like that, Jack, I use dummy plugins. I use dummy plugins for everything. So like, I learned this from Lost Legacy, right? And you probably know this, but it's just, I guess, like FYI for people who aren't aware, is these dummy plugins here, they're completely empty plugins, right? So they don't do anything. You see how they're exited out, but they have various different purposes. So some of these are here because, like, when I rerun the Cities of the North or Cities of the North Winterhold, it's going to try to add this Sons of Skyrim patch, but I use a different version of Sons of Skyrim. So I don't want it actually patched via these. So the dummy plugins overwrite these plugins, which is completely empty stuff. Other ones, though, like especially for the E&B related stuff, they're just placeholders so that they go in the right load order. That way, when somebody, like, if somebody wants to turn off Cabbage E&B and instead get like Dawnfire E&B, right? Then this plugin from Dawnfire E&B will overwrite the dummy plugin, and then it'll be in the correct spot every single time. It's such a smart system. It's such a smart way to do it. Like, so whoever was the original person who thought of using dummy plugins to like manage your load order, like, props to whoever that person is, but I learned it from Padinsky. Would merging plugins speed up adding mods and checking them? Merging plugins would make your life worse unless you know exactly what you're merging. The reason why merging plugins is generally not a good idea is, number one, usually you don't need to merge plugins. Just on a technical level, it's easier to ESL things. The other thing is that if you're merging a plugin, then you're changing the plugin's name. And that means that when you try to run patches, like patch hubs and stuff like that, then it's not going to detect the original mods. You hopped on the Dragon models modernized? No, those look cool though. I actually did see those. I thought that they looked really good. But I'm using the Game of Thrones ones. But these look good. They're more like the vanilla style dragons, like higher poly. They do look cool. Some things you can't flag. Right. I mean, well, you can compact stuff still. You can compact the form IDs for most things. And then the things that you are not able to flag, like you really can't, things that have cell records and stuff, you definitely shouldn't be merging those. I think at that point, it's more of like, you'd be better off just figuring out which mods are ESPs that you don't really need in your loader. Like if something is just like a whatever mod and it's taking up a full plugin slot, then I'd be better off just yeeting it. But yeah, I mean, I think generally there isn't the best reason to do that sort of thing. Old border banners. Yeah. I like, the only border mod I really like is the unique border entrances or whatever. Because it also has a patch with Fat Skyrim, so I don't like the borders between the holds. I mean, I kind of get it, but it makes the world feel a little bit too cluttered. And also the border will always be like, it'll always be like some little tower on each side and then like a little ramp across. And I was like, couldn't someone just go around? I don't know, it's like the worst border ever. I'm not hating on the mod, I'm just saying like the border itself, I don't know, it just, to me, it doesn't make a ton of sense. Lossless scaling? Probably help. Let's check it out. Would I replace Game of Thrones Dragons modernized? I think they're just mesh replacers. As long as you load it after, you should be fine. I don't know if it has a plugin or not. Or Dawnguard? We can go check it out. Dang, Ripperoni. So the borders... Actually set it to like 150. So the borders are going to be quite a bit larger. You're going to be able to traverse them. There's going to be more stuff to explore. I mean, a lot of this is already in 1.7, but it's even more 2.0. And you'll be able to actually actually able to physically use all of the border gates. Paper map. I mean, I held it up for a poll and people wanted the clear map. And the clear map, it's better for what LoreRim 2.0 has going on because like these new areas actually like show up on the map. You know, you can actually see the new stuff added. And, you know, you can fully move it around and the map markers are more accurate where the location actually is. The maps are dynamic based on the weather. But not just that, if I did paper maps, I could do it everywhere except for Solstheim. How do you turn the map? Just hold right click. I mean, I could do optional paper maps for the Skyrim itself, but Solstheim definitely couldn't be, and I can show you why. Because Solstheim is freaking dope if you haven't seen it. CSC DLC 2 Raven Rock. Solstheim just goes hard. Because Solstheim is no longer just Solstheim. Solstheim... Oh, just in time for an earthquake. Nice. Solstheim? I mean, I'm just a huge nerd about like Dunmer lore. So Solstheim got like a lot of extras treatment in LoreRim. But anyway, Solstheim is not Solstheim. Solstheim is the Morrowind world space. Because, as you can see, I mean, this mod is a work in progress, but you can actually end up going to Red Mountain. You can go to Vardenfell. Not only can you go to Vardenfell, you can go to mainland Morrowind and visit Ban Malur and Dunash Gamipuri and some of these other areas. This, I mean, this, it adds so much. Like, here, let me go to whatever this is. You can actually swim from Solstheim to here.
Now ain't this a surprise? Now we're getting...
Yo, I perfect blocked the arrow? No fucking shot. That was 100% reflex. Yo, that was some Matrix shit. That was some Matrix shit. The second I killed her, I turned around and perfect blocked the arrow. Come on.
You're an ugly one.
Get out of here.
Think you're tough? You don't stand a chance against us.
Ah. Ultra Instinct, right? Essentially what it was. So yeah, anyway, this mod adds like a bunch of new unique locations and stuff. Much work left to do? Not really. This is Journey to Ban Malur. Hey Theo, I appreciate you. Have a good night. Or have good eats. But yeah, right now, I'm not on Solstheim. I'm actually... This is Morrowind. That volcano, you can climb it. Exactly. This is mainland Morrowind. And the cool thing about Journey to Ban Malur is like the it uses a lot of assets that are from like Mihail and Fulchar and stuff. Like you'll encounter Kagutis. Oh my god, is it another earthquake? Oh, rip his poise. Or usually, I've never seen an earthquake happen back to back like that. They're supposed to be pretty rare. Alright, let me out. Get out of here. Morrowind worms. Oh, the Kwamas or whatever. Yeah, there are quests and dungeons. The this one right here, I'm not gonna spoil it. Dana Shimapuri, whatever it's called. It's actually a really cool dungeon. It's actually a really well made and interesting dungeon. Oh, I'm wondering what's going on. I forgot. I only generated Daedric for Skyrim, like the Skyrim world space, not Morrowind, so that's why it's not showing up. But I promise the LODs are actually there when they work. Got some goblins. Little goblin villages. Kill their war chief. You know something I've... Not Jamil. You know something I really want to do one day? Is I want to, one thing that I've had in my mind for a long time is to, basically turn all of the perks into 3 different perk trees. It's very bright in there. I doubt it has a Lux patch, that's probably why. So it's vanilla lighting. But it'd be really cool to turn all the perk trees into 3 perk trees instead. And just like, what I wanted to do is have it inspired by Daggerfall. And Daggerfall had different types of like speech trees. Beyond Morrowind. Yeah, I'm literally on the Morrowind mainland right now. This is Solstheim, I'm on Morrowind. You die, you go to a room. You can just reload. You can just reload after you go to a room. But anyway, in Daggerfall, they had different perk trees. So like, or skills, I guess I should say. So like you could learn the giant language or like different languages of different creatures, and it would make those creatures like pacified towards you. They wouldn't be hostile. That'd be such a cool expansion to like the regular speech tree. Lobo, this is like the Redran area. So this is northwestern Morrowind. But Journey to Ben Muller, it's a really insane work in progress mod. And it the cool thing about it is it plans to expand Vardenfell. So there's going to be more stuff to do on the like actual exploded volcano and stuff like that. Persuasion attempts. Yeah, it'd be cool if a lot more... I think like almost every dialogue... Like, why can't you persuade NPCs to give you better quest rewards? Like, that should just be a thing. But it's not. But as you can see, This area is crazy. This city is huge. This city is like absolutely massive. As you can see. Yeah, streetwise and etiquette. Daggerfall had so many little role-playing things.
If you're looking for the East Empire Company, they've been gone for over 100 years. There's something you need.
Yeah. Need something.
Yeah, this place actually makes you feel like you're in Morrowind. It's so well designed.
What are you gawking at, Outlander?
Yes?
We've got our eyes on you.
Sometimes you forget what vanilla lighting looks like. And honestly, vanilla lighting with ENB doesn't look too shabby. It's just noticeably brighter. Play this while you turn the way for Skywind. Oh yeah, this is all like the different house embassies. And Wani Embassy, Press Embassy. I'm trying to find it, but seemingly empty hut. There's like a council. I forgot how to enter the council because the city is just so. It's really like Morrowind. It's like so easy to get lost in. It really feels like the same scale as like Vivek City. Like Vivek City, for those who have played Morrowind, this is a complete maze. Is this it? The root spire. This might be it. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at this. This is like the different leaders of the houses.
Is there some problem? The Telvanni are the master wizards of Morrowind. Together we form House Telvanni, one of the great houses of Morrowind. The great houses rule what is left of our once
Underpopulated? I don't think so. I mean, so much of Morrowind got wiped out by the Red Mountain disaster.
There is the big island of Ardenfell and the coastal mainland. Yes, yes I do. Back in the homeland, there are other Telvanni wizards that have them as well.
Reynas and Doral.
Yes? I provide my wisdom and insight to the court. This is very irregular. I trust that whatever you're doing doesn't compromise my position in any way.
Just so cool to see them here. Like, this, I don't know, it's just so sick. Even if there's not, like, a ton of, like, quests added yet, just being able to, like, explore all this and, like, see all the different people and whatnot. It's just so much lore. So much lore. So I hope you guys can see why paper maps had to go. I could add paper maps back, but then it would make it just a pain in the ass to see what's going on over here. And I also gave people the option, if you want paper maps just for Skyrim itself, I could have done that. But people wanted it to be consistent, so... But it wouldn't be hard to just have the paper maps for Skyrim and like Solstheim be this. The Lux patch. Lux patch takes up 5 ESP slots, I bet. Make it optional? Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to do an optional paper map just for Skyrim. And for those who have never played LoreRim, let me remind you that LoreRim has the biggest cities you'll see ever in a mod list. They're huge. Not just the biggest cities, but like tons of new cities. So I don't know why the sewers entrance pops up there.
Another September.
I gotta change that just in case it gets annoying. Wayward Realms. Cautiously optimistic, I guess. But like, I don't know, their development lately has been... I don't know a ton about it. Seam. Gotta fix that. I don't think Nova's version 6 is gonna have bigger cities. We'll just have open cities. I'd be very surprised if V6 has bigger cities. I think Wayward comes to fruition. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I hope it does, but I don't think it will. Can I get the power fantasy I love from Skyrim out of Requiem? Oh yeah, Requiem turns into a power fantasy later in the game. Absolutely.
Did you hear something? A fight.
For sure.
Found you.
There's bandits attacking Lainterdale. Bonk. Bonk. The reflections, yeah. And you got the waves too. Yeah, in Requiem you start off weak, but then eventually you get super, super strong. Hey, thank you, John. Yeah, it's been a good bit of tweaking. It's not like anything crazy, but I feel like I just edited the parts that... Like, this ENB edit was a lot more simple than what was in it before. So it's not like I said, drastically overhauled from regular cabbage. But, like, I guess it's cabbage, but balanced for LoreRim's visuals. The water and the fires are the things that I spent the most time tweaking. Alright, 67. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, that's the other thing. I plan on having a performance profile. So, ideally, 3 profiles: ultra, normal, and performance. So, performance, I mean, hopefully, if all goes well with the performance, it'll open it up for even more people. So... Did they just kill a child? Get out of here. I should be performing Arcade's rites, huh? Oh, nice. Bye. Yo, what did he have? Necklace of extreme stamina. Stamina increases by 80. That right there is a perfect example of why Requiem actually is a power fantasy. Is Requiem, like, you can find such crazy good enchantments on stuff. Mace specific perks? I mean, they're nothing too crazy, but yeah, I can show you. That up. Armor. So mace, it gives you more power attack damage, more armor penetration, and then causes stunning impact to targets that fail to block, knocking them to the ground. So unblocked attacks have a 10% chance to knock targets down, and you do 25% more damage against staggered targets. So maces are about armor penetration and knocking people down. Like, really, if you go like one-handed or two-handed, like, you have enough perk points that you can master a couple of different weapon types, you know? Because you're probably gonna want, if you don't have any spells and you're not doing anything else, like, you probably want like a different route to do damage as well. Like swords and spears reduce the enemy's damage, and you have a higher crit chance. And then power attacks have a chance to disarm. War axes deal bleed damage over time and have slight crit chance. Then this power attacks reduce target's blockable damage by 80%, stamina regen. This short blades, so daggers, claws, tantos, have irresistible sneak attack damage, and you do more damage from behind. And this is greater crit damage and crit chance. Two-handed, like sword, like the long swords and the warhammers and the hafted blades are basically their one-handed equivalent. And then quarterstaves are kind of interesting. They do stamina damage to the targets, and they have a better ability to block, and they do twice as much bash damage. Nicholas, regardless of your argument, like, that's just how the game is.
Come on. Go ahead.
I mean, you cannot convince me to go through every single perk that is related to heavy armor, light armor, and add conditions specifically for shields. That would be so much work. So that's literally it. It's just how Skyrim is, and for me, it's way too much effort to care about it. I have contracted Whitbane. What I kind of wanted to do eventually, though, is like... What I would rather do is a lot of these perks, right? But this would be like way in the future, and if I really wanted to. One thing I do like about how Adamant implements it is it's only if you're wearing the heavy armor chest piece for this stuff. So, but the problem is like the way these perks are set up, that wouldn't make sense, but maybe like a few of them. Although, I don't know, like, maybe it doesn't really make much sense for Requiem. Because Requiem doesn't give a lot of bonuses, like, oh, more armor rating if you're wearing heavy armor, sort of thing, you know? Most of the Requiem perks are kind of different from vanilla Skyrim, where it's like, instead of being buffs you get from wearing the armor, it's more like the armor comes with debuffs and you get perks to get rid of the debuffs. Except for evasion. Heavy armor is that way, but evasion isn't. Evasion does give buffs. But the thing is with evasion, it actually works for... a lot of these work for not wearing armor at all. You know, some of these are specifically for light armor, but a bunch of these are for, you know, being unarmored. Which build do you think fits best if you're going all in on being Dovahkiin? I always went with heavy armor, sword and board, the conjuration. I think if you're going to do it like a kind of like close to cannon build, I would do like a sword, board, and shout focus build. Maybe like axe shield with shouts. Yeah, the speech tree has a bunch of shout related things. So shouts are more powerful, cooldown reduction, shout more often, stuff like that. Not just that, but if you wanted to do a unarmored build, you can go finesse, and this perk right here, it makes your shouts also stronger and last longer. Should update this description. That should be for when you're unarmored. No, I have no intention to switch to BFCO. Nothing against it, but like it wouldn't be much of a benefit, but it would be a ton more work for me. Any changes to bound weapons and armor? Yeah, bound weapons have crazy good bonuses. Like, the bound weapons are one of the coolest things about the conjuration tree. Because you end up infusing your bound weapons and stuff, and then as you infuse them, they get stronger and stronger effects. Like, eventually they can, like, they do the equivalent of, like, silver damage, so they're better against undead. Have better effects. Bound weapons have stronger, better armor penetration, better damage blocked, physical damage reduction, and you can even have a bound shield. So the bound holy shield is pretty sick. Because you can have a bound holy mace and then a bound holy shield. You can do a bound weapon Stendar build. The one thing that for sure is not lacking are the magic trees. The magic trees are pretty massive. They have different paths. And me and Sasquatch, we patched the hell out of all the spells so that they should get their proper Requiem effects. So like, for example, some of the kitty tail spells have like entropic damage. Some of them have blood magic, like the new blood magic mod from Kitty Tail. It now scales with this perk. Before it didn't because there's no patch for it. Yeah, I mean, trust me, a lot of effort went into this. A lot of friggin' effort. So every spell should have a effect from a regular Requiem perks. Like I'm big on build variety, and there's like some perk trees that I would like to expand on in the future. Like I think I could do something cooler with the block tree. I think unless you're using like shield has really good investment for block, but I feel like if you're using a weapon, it isn't the biggest thing to invest in. Like I was thinking of switching up some of these so that they, like if you're using a weapon, it gives you a slight little bonus, you know? Not the same as the shield, but maybe you get a slight little bonus. Smithing? I mean, smithing, it's solid. It's cool. There's a lot of stuff to make, so smithing is good. I feel like smithing is less about the perks and more about what you get to actually make. There's tons. Same with alchemy. Alchemy, you can make bombs, and you can make oils, which provide a temporary enchantment to your weapons. Is it possible to change the vanilla perk icons? Thinking of making custom perk icon for the wafer finesse shape possible. Oh, this? Yeah, it's possible. Because these, I mean, they're tied to some texture in the game. I know exactly what, but yeah, it's possible. Could give weapons a sort of retaliation effect on successful block. Or like an Elden counter. Elden counter being perk locked to block, I guess would kind of be cool. But yeah, the perk trees, everything, they are pretty spicy. But, I mean, the core of 2.0 is it's gonna be more polished with more stuff, but still somehow feeling less overwhelming, if that makes sense. So grass lods are done, as you can see. The grass is now cached. You can see far grass. Yeah, I mean, really, it's getting close to crunch time. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to meet the August 9th deadline. Oh wait, Dawnstar. Let's go check out Dawnstar Castle. Fort Dawnguard. Talisman system. I don't really know much about it, to be honest. Man, Fort Dawn, if you have some nice looking aspen trees, just the path to Fort Dawnguard can look so nice. Fort Dawnguard looks cool. It looks like just so overgrown and mossy. Looks, it really does look like ancient. Just an ancient secluded castle. Yeah, it's basically JK's Dawnguard. Hey Seven, let's play back of the most recent stream. Quick tutorial on fixing landscape seems very helpful. Hey, glad you liked it. One thing I didn't get to show Seven is there's a really cool feature in Creation Kit. I don't think I did it during that stream, but basically when you have that editing tool, you know how right-click paints the landscape with whatever texture? Well, if you left-click, it moves the landscape like up and down. All you have to do is move it a little bit and then press Control-Z to undo it, and it'll snap together the landscape if there's like a gap there. So like if you have two landscapes and there's a gap between them, it'll snap them together. I see what you mean about Whiterun has walls looking like Fort Dawnguard. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same model. That's why, to me, I don't know. I'm leaving it unique to Dawnguard. Road textures? Oh, yeah. I mean, I pick and choose like every single texture essentially. Yeah, this is LoreRim 2.0. How you doing, Shazda? This is Elder Scrolls 6. Right. The Elder Scrolls 6. This is what I meant, by the way, when I said, hey, Projector. So remember the other day, for those who are watching, I said that when I run grass cache, the roads aren't going to be completely overgrown. So now you can actually see a path. And it just cleans it up quite a bit. You still get some overgrowth, but for the most part, you can see a road. It looks like something that a cart would go over. And the grass helps to cover up the zigzagging. Oh, he would dodge. Who else wants some? Oh my god. Stop dodging! Stop dodging! There you go. Get out of here. But anyway, yeah, the roads look a lot nicer now. Some overgrowth makes sense. Yeah, probably. Although this bridge, this specific bridge, I can't be bothered to fix it, but this bridge is kind of annoying because it's so out of place. Well, I could fix it, but I really don't feel like it. That's not the sort of thing I want to put my remaining effort into. Hey, thank you so much, Sloth. I love the seeing messages like that. It means a lot. LoreRim lean towards fantasy a lot. It's like, no, I mean, it leans towards Elder Scrolls fantasy, you know? Where is Hendraheim? I'm actually scared to go to Hendraheim because I don't know if it's going to be messed up. Oh, Solstheim? Solstheim is crazy in LoreRim. Solstheim is the best Solstheim you'll ever Solstheim. I promise you,
I've been looking for
Solstheim will not disappoint.
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
So Hendraheim also gets some cool little tweaks and expansions. Make it a lot nicer. You can end up, the quest starts a little bit different. This bandit is stronger than before. Well, let me go to, EFB. You couldn't be bothered with Dragonborn until you played NGVO. Hell yeah. No such thing as remaining effort. No, trust me, Nico. I've been ready to have LoreRim wrapped up and move on to different things, bigger and better things. Because I don't believe in just sticking to one like style of mod. Like, I want to make other lists, not just other lists, but like other lists for different games potentially too. And I'm not saying like, oh, LoreRim no longer going to be supported. It definitely will be. But like, I've spent so much effort in the last couple months just so it's at a spot where things are like insanely polished. What's bigger and better? Honestly, well, I don't want to spoil too much. Would you ever do more on my list? No. The furthest back I would go is Oblivion. Well, actually, that's a lie. I would do Daggerfall, but only Daggerfall Unity, which is technically newer than Skyrim, so... Oh, ignore that purple thing. That's the thing I mentioned earlier. On my list, I think there's the Joy of Painting mod. Be the change. Where is I forgot where the exit is. I thought the exit to Bleak Falls Barrow was like right here somewhere. Yeah, it's right there. You ever created your own mod? Yeah, I have some smaller mods. Tell me you don't track me on Nexus? That's wild. Oh, we're skipping Bleak Falls Barrow. This is the way Todd intended. Oh, I don't think technically... I'm sure this won't break any questlines. How difficult is it to ensure the DLCs are covered? Not that hard. Depends on what you mean, I guess. Alright, who's ready for some insanity? Oh, I'm in combat? Come on. Alright, let me get a... Let me get a Daedric battle staff first. Ow. Let's pretend that I'm a higher level. Player dots. Stamina 300. Player dot. Let's pretend I'm doing this with some enchantments. I like how my character just shook that off. Yeah, Bleak Falls Barrow starts at early levels. It's not impossible, but it's very tough. Okay, I'm gonna just kill these. Kill you. Hell over here. Bye-bye. Bro, how do they keep aggroing? Okay. I think that's the last one that's aggroed on me. Let me get the loot. Nice, nothing useful. As intersecting the pole drag. Welcome to Requiem. But for those who haven't seen it before, I also added a little surprise. Let me make sure I have my stuff maxed out. Oh, did I accidentally take... I need to give him some magicka back. Because he's supposed to cast spells, but... Get out of here. Wait, that gave the whatever. Give me dragon. I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's a dragon priest. Hell yeah. Hey, thank you so much, Braden. Have a good night. I thought that would show up as a dragon priest, I guess. Calls him a dragon. So yeah, Bleak Falls Barrow is definitely a mid-game dungeon now. I think I messed up and I should have given him some more magicka. I think he legitimately respawned with like... Wait. Resurrect. Why aren't you casting spells, you old dummy? You were doing it before. He just wants to throw hands. I mean, it's kind of funny, him just having a warhammer or whatever and trying to kill you with it. And you can shoulder check people too. So every single weapon has a cool unique power attack thing. Hey, have a good night, Idiot. Thank you so much. Yeah, probably around level 20 with a follower. That sounds about right. So like, for example, the War Axe. You can charge it up, and your dragon priest falls in a hole. Sword. Has a little charging stab. You move backwards and then you just press power attack once. That's all you do. You have to be moving backwards and then you press power attack. So you got my hands on the keyboard and then it lets you charge it up. Add trick weapons? What do you mean trick weapons? Yeah, it works with dual wielding. It doesn't work perfectly with like, if I have like, here I'll show you. If you have two different weapons, it's a little bit funky, but like, if you dual wield swords, you can do a dual slash, see? So, yeah. Yo, stabbing a dragon priest in the back like that? That's crazy. Anyway, there's a lot of cool stuff coming 2.0, and like, the visuals are more polished, the combat is more polished, the armors are more polished, there's more to do. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, even if it doesn't have paper maps anymore. The working controller. Yeah, all you do is start moving backwards and then you press power attack. So it should work with controller. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end it off here because it's getting late and gonna be chilling with the fam tomorrow morning. Try magical jumping. Yeah, I tried it in Novus pretty cool for like a fantasy style list. Hey, you guys are awesome. Truly, truly appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. There's a lot of cool stuff to show. And yeah, we're getting close to the release. We'll do like a release party stream too, like the right before it goes live to everybody. Anyway. And we're got some more stuff planned for that. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll catch you guys next time.